Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Tabbie.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep. All right. So, good grief, you guys. We had a little trouble getting technology, Facebook, and browsers and cameras. Sometimes that happens. Thank you all for being patient. We appreciate you. We never mean to be late. And we're here and we're happy we're here. And I know you guys are happy to see us. Some of you, I just seen you this morning, and I'm so glad you're all here. And welcome, everyone. Good grief, there's lots of you. Welcome, Nikki. Thank you for being here. Glad you're here. Hey, Jasmine, welcome. And Regina. Hey, Eva. It's great to see you. And hi, Wyatt. And Jennifer. Everybody's hanging out tonight, right? It did start. See that, Regina? Your wish came true. All you had to do was say it. Welcome, Santiago. And Slime and Lexi, welcome. I'm glad you're all here. Not Zoom. The only person that does Zoom is Jamie Angel, mostly just because they're deaf. So it makes it easier. Okay? Welcome everyone. Hey, Nikki and Jasmine and Regina. All right. Well, good evening, Michelle. Great to have you with us. And Terry and Amber and Christina, welcome. And Beverly and Gianna, welcome. Nanona, welcome. Hey, Nandita over in the mediums group. I'm glad you're here. And Lynette, so good to have you all. If you haven't checked out the description for this live, today we're going to introduce Tabbie. Tabbie's a new medium that joined Psychic Insights group. And as many of you know, Psychic Insights is still in a growth period at this point. It's our first year. Hey, Susan, welcome. And we're going to be doing medium readings. And, we're also I'm hoping that you guys can get to know Tabbie a little bit because, well, like I always say, the best way to know which medium to choose is to meet them. And to get to know them a little bit, see what their style is like. And every medium is different. And that's always true. Okay. And I'm glad that you're all here and I'm happy to have you with us. And so let's get started first. Tabbie, why don't you just tell them who you are and what kind of stuff that you do?
Excellent, thanks. So my name is Tabbie Thu. I am an intuitive energy healer with a connection to mediumship through energy. So the way that I represent myself and the way that I do my readings is I ask permission with you, the person who is coming on, to connect with your energy, and then I ask permission to connect with the loved one that you are trying to connect with. And through that connection, I will try to bring forth the information that you need to know. If you have a very specific question or you're looking for clarification or connection with somebody, it's really helpful if I can see their name, because it gives me a connection to their energy, and then I'm able to pull in the information that I can from them. I'm mostly, so I just like, I do mediumship for the healing properties. So I am here to help take the grief from the loss of a loved one and help you heal and transmute that energy so that you're not still connected to the grief and the pain and the hurt and the disappointment of our loved one no longer being here in physical form. So I really do connect in and then kind of work with you to help that energy move through your body so that you're no longer um, like living in that space of grief the entire time. So hopefully the messages are, they will come through pretty quickly. They're going to be fast. If you have specific questions, we'll try and get your specific questions. I do both people and animal communications. So if there's something that you need to know, and I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I've lived in Colorado my entire life. It's been a blustery, like -4 degrees here the last couple of days. It finally warmed up today. And I've been doing mediumship readings and energy readings for about 10 years as a profession. And I've been doing it since 2008 for friends and family. So, Hollis, I think that's where I am. So if you want to, if you see, I see a couple of comments, but is there somebody that you're seeing that you're drawn to?
Well, yeah, I can absolutely choose someone. And I just want to say that uh now everybody's like, welcome to the best group ever, Tabbie.
I'm excited. I've
They're
like the
so
energy's
funny.
been building for this all like the last week or two, because you and I have been talking for a couple weeks and just finding the right time on the calendar and just really getting in here and building these relationships with people so that we can support them in their journey. So
Yeah, exactly. Mediumship is such a beautiful thing, my friends. All right. So, um all right, so so I think you're requesting that I choose someone and that you'd also like to kind of at least know their like first name or
yeah.
something, or
So I
like my
have,
brother John or something like that, right?
yeah. So I can see the one group. I don't have all of the groups that you have this in.
Great.
So that's, I only have the one, so I don't want to like just pick from that one group. So um, I can
It's
pick
okay.
from, I can start with one of the ones that I can see, and then if you want to look at some of the other ones, well,
Why don't you
while
do
we're
that?
going.
Why don't you go ahead and
Okay.
pick someone that you see now? I already found someone in the other group that
Okay.
can come up later.
I want to say, okay, so I believe it's Gianna, and it's been, it says she's 6 months into her grief journey after losing her fiance, Zach. And so I'm going to go ahead and connect in with Gianna and Zach. I'm taking your comment as permission to connect in, Gianna. Aw. Okay, Gianna, as soon as I connected in and I asked Zach's permission, his very first words to me was, "She was the love of my life." I loved her more than anything, and I tried to take care of her. I tried to protect her. I tried to be there for her. Unfortunately, there is a space or some energy here that because of his passing, he feels like he did not do his job well for you, and as a result of feeling like he did not do his job well for you, he's sad. He's sad watching you be sad. He's sad watching the repercussions of what his passing did for you. And what he really wants you to know, Gianna, is that he needs you to be aware or to know that there's nothing that you could have done that would have changed the situation. it was going to happen the way it was supposed to happen. And what do butterflies, Gianna, what do butterflies mean to you? So he's been sending you butterflies, Gianna. If you don't know that, that's his way that he's been trying to connect with you, bringing you butterflies, bringing you he's like, you love butterflies, so he every time you see a butterfly, he wants you to see that it's a message from him. He's trying to connect with you, he's trying to be with you, and he's trying to let you know that he's watching you, he's taking care of you, and he's trying to connect with you every time you turn around. So he's really bringing the butterflies to you in all kinds of mediums. So you need to just start looking for those and connect with them. Okay.
I just want to
Yay.
make sure we read those messages out loud. Yellow
Okay.
butterflies, they're him, because some people can't see.
Oh yeah. It helps if I have my eyes open to read the messages. Sorry, Hollis.
It's okay. We didn't have time to talk about it before.
I know. Sorry about that. Yeah, yellow butterflies, they're him. So Gianna, if you have any further questions or any other anything else that you need to connect, just let us know. So Hollis, do you want to put up the next person?
Yep, sure. I let them know in the group. Gianna did say he started off as a blue dragonfly, but made a switch as he transitioned. The butterfly is an inside joke. I just
Beautiful.
thought you might like to know that. Yeah.
Thanks for the
Okay.
confirmation, Gianna.
Okay. So I'd let Vicky know that she would be next.
Okay. Vicky Smith, my son Alex, and his dog Duke. Okay. So Vicky, what happens as I connect in and I ask Alex to step forward into this energy so that we can have this conversation is right away my throat starts closing down, and he's it's like he's had a hard time talking to you. He's had a hard time connecting with you. Um, and when he was alive, there wasn't a lot of communication between the two of you. And so he's a very much he's really wanting to reestablish that communication with you so that you guys can start having more of a back and forth energetic communication. And and the dog Duke. Um, was Duke a black dog? Like a black was he a black dog? Uh, so that's what I'm getting is I'm getting this the color's black, and the dog he liked to like he would come up and nudge people and get them out of the way, or that's how he would love on them, to get your attention, to get you like out of your own head, to get the stress that you were like, because so Vicky, the question I ask is, Alex, what's the one message that you need to send Vicky to tell her about so that it can help with her grief? And the message that I got right away from Alex is that um, he really didn't mean to hurt you, but it's something that mm, he there was a lot of miscommunication and a lot of grief and a lot of pain right before he passed, and everybody was upset and everybody was angry, and I'm getting that there was like like a lot of pressure. So in my head, and that tells me that there was some kind of um, disagreement and mm, his he's what he's saying to me is that you were very much um, in a position um, where he was not able to talk to you, and it wasn't that he didn't want to talk to you, he just wasn't able to talk to you. And so Vicky, Alex was a teen. Okay, so then that makes sense, because then that gives me the angsty teen, like, you want to tell your mom things, but you don't, you just really don't tell them what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're knowing. And and that's where that energy is coming from. And he really wants you to know that had he known how to talk to you about what was going on in his life, he would have. But he didn't know how to communicate what was going on, and or how he felt. And that he just really loves you, and he misses you, and he wants to be with you. But he feels like he thinks that you're still mad at him, and that's why he struggles to connect with us, connect with me. His energy when I first connected in with him was that, okay, so I was wondering if the pressure was related to his accident. He had a head injury, so Vicky says that the pressure is related to his accident. um, and that's where I was getting a lot of pain right in the top of my forehead. And so, but he really wanted to talk to you about like what was life going on in life, but it didn't, like, he couldn't do it. And Vicky's problems were related, probably at his job. Okay. So Vicky, where this is coming from right now is Alex wants to connect with you more. So if you want to allow him, his energy to connect with you more often, um, because right now there's this really heavy grief in your heart, and just even thinking about Alex, or thinking about the dog, or just any of the things, it really just pushes your heart. Like, you just get really heavy. And Alex wants to connect with you more energetically so that you can feel him more often. And so he's just asking that you allow him to do that. And that's as simple as bringing in the energy from, and giving him permission to connect with you. Um, do you have a sign and symbol that you've already associated with your son? Because I feel like he's trying to connect that way. And if you haven't already done that, please think of one that will work for you, so that you can open that up. And then Vicky, and I may be putting this through my own lens, but the words "I love you, Mama" came in. I asked him if he had anything else to say to you, and he just said, "I love you, Mama." All right.
All right. Well, I just want to let you know there's lots of people supporting you in the group, lots of people visiting. Some of the other readers, Nicole is saying, "Hey, Tabbie." And other people are checking in. And look at that. Cheryl's boosting you up, saying, "You're doing great, Tabbie. My eyes are closed majority of the time. Good job."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I switch between having my eyes open and my eyes closed, because it's very much, when I'm reading other things, I get distracted and I lose my stream. And so then if I have my eyes closed, I can very much keep that connection to the other side.
Yeah.
But sometimes you need to see my eyeballs to make sure that it is. So I do try.
Yeah.
I try to come
Yeah.
between the two. So
At some point you have to read the screen, and yeah, I totally get it. Oh, I think everybody does it. Nicole doesn't close her eyes, but she looks down and writes. But I think everyone else closes their eyes. I was going to say it's also kind of I was telling people earlier today that doing this live is way harder than a one-on-one reading.
It is
Because
because there's so many aspects to a live reading. Like when you're sitting in a live position, you are like, so you've got to look at the screen, you've got to look at the words, and I don't have your energy sitting right in front of me so that I can connect like right in front of you. So I have to go up into my higher self, connect into the energy there, and then just pray that they're actually going to send me what I need to know. Because it's and then like I'm like sitting here going, okay, so is it a head injury? Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. So
right. Yeah. And when you're online like this, you have hundreds of people coming at you with their spirits sort of projecting their loved ones at you. And it's kind of, sometimes it's hard to maneuver through
it
the
is.
energies. It definitely is different. So, and look, but Regina is loving your last reading. She thought it was beautiful. Everybody loves messages because around here we believe that even if like Regina or Gianna gets the message, that if it resonates with us, then it's also meant for us. So,
Well,
like
it's
if it
really funny
resonates
in
with
all
other
this is
people.
before you put that up there, I was looking in the comments for my next person, and Regina is the person that I had picked for the next reading. And
Oh
that
my
was
God.
before you'd even put that comment up there.
Well, leave it to me because I was also going to pick Gianna and you picked her. So, okay, but check it out. I just want to let's go back to Gianna real quick. She said he's a turd. He was a man of a few words in the physical world, but what he said, he always met with his whole being. So everything you said is spot on. The protector for me and always will continue to be. Thank you so much for the message from him. I miss him every second of every day, but I know I need more forward in a way that makes him proud and honors him the best I can. I know I'll see him again when it's my time. Sweetness, huh?
That is so beautiful.
And she said, it's my dog's daughter's 5th birthday today. So I'm not surprised he came through to give me a little something nice and encouraging. That's sweet. Aww.
Oh, that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. And everybody's welcoming you and saying that you're doing beautiful readings. Nicole Hoop is saying you're doing great. And Jamie said you're doing beautiful messages. All right. So we go back to Regina here. She said, my dad, Joe, and my husband, Jeff, is who she's hoping to hear from.
Okay, Regina, I'm taking your message as permission to connect in with your higher self. And I'm going to ask both Joe and Jeff individually to step forward. Okay, so Regina, okay, so the very first thing that I got in my head was I asked both your dad and Joe and your husband Jeff to step forward, and the very first words that I got in my head was Regina, baby. Like it was like it, and I asked, is this Joe or is this Jeff? Because I wasn't sure, and he's like, it's her daddy. She's my baby. And was your dad Italian? Like I don't know. Like he's got an accent in my head, and I don't know if it's an Italian accent or not, but like an East Coast accent. And he's like, she's my darling, and really he's I'm gonna ask him what message he has for you, my dear. That every day you get up, every day every day you get up, every day you move forward, every day you are doing the things that you have to do, whether you want to do them or not. And he's like, I know it's been hard. I know you've been struggling. I know you've lost a lot, but every time every morning when you get up and you get out of the bed, you're showing everybody around you that you have the ability to keep moving forward, and they need you to be strong, they need you to be moving forward, they need you to take the next steps to be in this space that so that they can do good. And every time he's like, he just wants to keep encouraging you to step up, step forward, Don't let the heaviness of all your burdens weigh you down, keep you from moving forward. You've had a lot to navigate, and it hasn't been easy. And he wants you to know he sees that, and he's just proud of you. He's proud of the way you've handled it. He's proud of the way that you have really stepped forward, even though he knows that it hasn't been easy and that you've really been struggling. Um, so he's really proud of you, Regina. And it's been a long time. Okay, he was so Regina says yes, he was Italian, German, and Irish. Okay, so I heard the accents, and I was like, he was doing the hand movements for me. So he's like, Regina, baby. It was the very first thing that he said to me, and he's just, Regina, I wish you could feel what I feel right now. It's just this outpouring of love for you. And he's like, you got this. Just like, and he would have never said this to you um if he was alive. He was very reserved, but he just needs you to know, like, he's your biggest cheerleader now that he's on the other side, now that he's crossed over. Um and then I asked if there was anything else that you needed to know um, about what was going on, and he said, "Don't let them get you down." So I don't know what's going on with your family. Um, I don't know, like, the exact story. He's not. He's showing me. He's showing me some girls, and he's like, "Don't let them get you down." He's like, "Don't let them. Don't let them bully you." Um, so that's really where it's coming up, that he's looking for you, looking forward to taking care of you, and he's like, you got to keep moving forward. Jeff says he's not ready to step forward. He doesn't want to do everything publicly. He doesn't want to embarrass you or himself. So he does have a message, but it's not right now. So we're not. He's chosen not to bring a message forward right now. So, all right. All right, Hollis.
Okay.
That was
Everybody's
quick, but I just kept seeing the Italian hand in my head.
Mhm. Yeah, it's
I
beautiful.
I
Well
always like it when
done.
I can, like they come in with their quirks so you can see them, and so yeah, it's fun.
Well, that Regina, she said that one of her brothers is sick and he's going to be getting a pacemaker. I just got one, Regina. Good news is it's not hard to do. Okay, I just got one a week ago, exactly a week today.
And you're doing fine. You look better. You look like
Yeah,
you're
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you look
good.
like you're doing better.
Yep. So don't
Yeah.
worry about it, Regina. He'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's a lot of family turmoil right now. That's what he's like, don't let them bother you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
She said that
yeah.
he was a jokester. Jeff, I guess her husband. I would guess that is. A lot of people are giving you a great job, Maddie. Eva said beautiful readings, and Terry said beautiful reading, and Elaine was like, "What a beautiful message." And Christina, thank you all for your beautiful support of supporting each other when we get messages. Because even if it's not for you, aren't you happy for the other person, right? And that's a beautiful thing, because these messages can lie for your entire family or for you and for everybody here. Now, I did bring somebody over from the group.
Okay.
Let me just. So, Danielle, are you still around? Danielle Vaughn? I'm pretty sure she's still around. And so that was her message from a little bit earlier. She said, I would love to hear from my Nana. I had to give her a last dose of morphine before she passed. It broke my heart. It's hard. That's hard, Daniela. Danielle, I'm sorry. Danielle.
Danielle? Okay. So there's so much grief right now. So Danielle is it's just really heavy right now, and it's overwhelming to her, and it's like my throat closes up. I may start having some tears myself. So I asked Nana what message she had for Danielle, and Danielle she's like, it's not your fault. I know you had to give me the last dose of medication, but you were really giving me the peace I needed to move into my non-physical, move into my space. And there's just been so much pain, so much hurt. And Danielle, I'm moving the energy right now. Just like your heart is so heavy. And I want to I want to sit in that energy just a little bit so that I can help you move your grief, because it's been recent-ish that this just happened, and your Nana she's like, I just needed the support to move over, and more importantly, I needed permission to leave and know that you guys are going to be okay, because I didn't want to leave you guys. I was afraid that you weren't going to be okay. And now that I'm where I am now, mm, we're, we're just going to move the grief a little bit more, knowing that I am where I am now. She's like, I know you guys are going to be okay. I know you guys are going to be taken care of. I know everything's going to be all right, but you still don't know that because you're still right in the middle of it. And then she hates that she's the cause of the pain that you're going through. She hates the fact that she's watching you suffer right now. And she really wants to support you and hold you and take care of you. No. When you were little, did you lay with your head on her lap? Like, I just had this vision of you laying with your head on her lap, and she was always like laying there or letting you lay on her. Like, you would drape your arm over her shoulder, you'd lay your head on her lap, she would put her arm around you. She loved you. And she's not in pain anymore. And that's the message that you need to take. She's not in pain anymore. And she hates seeing that you're in pain now. So Danielle says, I told her it was okay to move on and we will be okay. It's the most heartbreaking thing that we have to do as loved ones, is telling our people who are getting ready to pass that we're going to be okay, and we're going to be able to move on without them. She loved you. She loved you, and she's just thankful that you were there with her in the end. And she appreciates you, and she's proud of you. Mm. Just allow it. Allow the energy to move through your body. Allow the tears to flow. Allow the grief to come up and come out, because the more you allow it, the more you move through it, the less it hurts. But it's going to hurt. But you're going to move through it. Danielle, thank you for allowing me to connect with your Nana. She was beautiful, and she loved you. She had the brightest energy around you. You were her baby. Oh, Hollis.
Yes, it's beautiful. Lots of people in the group are really supporting you and saying wow and incredible. And Jennifer was saying that I really needed to hear that myself. It was beautiful. You're conveying your messages so well, said Sarah. And Samantha said so sweet. Now Danielle did say that it was her second mom, by the way.
Okay.
And Sarah said such a beautiful message, and Lynette said, "Oh, it's so sweet." And Samantha said, "A+ crier at it again." And Jennifer Brown said, "It was so hard for me to let my mom go. It's never easy for anyone. Sending you lots of love, Danielle." Isn't that sweet? See, I love it when you guys support each other. Well done. And Danielle said, "Thank you so much." And thank you, everyone. So, and look, Beth Wetstein is also supporting you, Danielle. She said, "I have to do the same thing with my mom last July. Very tough to do. I'm so thankful for the reading you're receiving, Danielle. It resonates with me as well." See that? It's just beautiful, friends. And when we support each other, it's just gorgeous, and it is just really uplifting, and we can all be inspired by it. I agree, Carrie. It's beautiful. And lots of people are really loving your messages. And okay, so lots of I agree, Barbara. The pain fades over the years. I'm not sure we completely get over it, but I think some of the pain fades for sure. Danielle, Barbara's also giving some support there, Danielle. I remember the morphine from my own Nana. It took her pain, but also made her sleep. My sister and I stayed in the hospital, and she woke up and told us how much she loved us and never spoke again. So it's just beautiful. Michelle said you're doing a great.
Had that experience. It's like not everybody, like we think that we're in it alone, because when we're experiencing it, it feels like we're alone. But unfortunately, a lot of us have had. I personally had to tell my mom that it's okay for her to go, because she didn't want us to like be in pain. So.
Well, that's actually technically the job of a death midwife, and I was a practicing death midwife, and still am called to that occasionally. And as a death midwife, I've done that for many people, both close and not so close, and
it's a beautiful thing.
Doesn't matter how close they are to you. Either way, the person passes. So I get it. So, Michelle said you're doing a great job doing readings, and my brother's death anniversary is coming up real soon. And this group has helped me through almost the first year without him. That's beautiful, Michelle. I'm so glad. That's so beautiful. I'm glad that the group is helping you. Okay. And so, let's see. So there was another person in here, but I don't know if she's still around. Molly, Molly, I know that you had another. You specifically asked. I'm going to scroll up and find your message, Molly, who you were requesting. There was somebody you were requesting, Molly. Where did that go? Hopefully I can find it. If not, Molly, write it again so I can get it. Here it is. I wanted to know if my son Paulo forgives me. I still feel that I failed him as a mom.
Okay, and it was Holly. Sorry. And is it Maue?
Yeah, I think it's Molly.
Okay. And Paulo is her son. Okay. Okay, Molly. Paulo he's more than willing to step forward and have this conversation with you. So your specific question was, has Paulo forgiven me for not being the best mother that I could have been? And you were, okay, so this goes into a little bit of take what you need, guys. So from an energetic standpoint, Paulo is like, you were exactly what I needed you to be, because that's exactly what I contracted my life to be like. So where you feel that you failed and where there were shortcomings and where you didn't do the best that you needed to do, or you didn't make the best decisions, or you didn't make the choices that were best for his highest and best interest, he doesn't feel that way anymore. During his lifetime, he may have verbalized that you weren't doing a great job, that you weren't the best mother, that he didn't appreciate the way things turned out. But as his energetic self, as his higher self, as his spirit self, you did what he wanted to do in this lifetime. You gave him the lessons he needed to learn. You supported him, even though it wasn't easy for you. You gave him the had life not happened the way it happened, he wouldn't have been able to be on the life path that he was supposed to be on, to learn the life lessons that he was supposed to learn, that he took with him into his next life. So he knows that it wasn't easy. He knows that you put yourself into this burden, and he thanks you for being willing to burden your own life so that he could learn the lessons that he needed to learn and take with him into the next life. And he so it was a choice, it was a decision. He made the choice, he made the decision. It had nothing to do with you. I'm going to pause there because I don't want to get too in depth with what's coming in, because there's some trigger warnings there, Hollis, and I'm not sure how your group does with that. So
Well, only thing I ask is don't post pictures of stillborns.
okay. Yeah, I get the sense that
but if he wants it private or thinks Maui may not want it broadcasted, that's a different story.
Yeah, well, I don't want to. I don't want to. It's because I'm new to this group. I don't want to like cross those boundaries that I'm not sure what the boundaries are. So it's a learning phase for me.
Okay. So Molly, maybe if maybe you need to go a little deeper with Tabbie in private or something like that might be better as well. I mean, sometimes really deep messages, especially if there was anything that went on, or and it just there's a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons that you could go private. Okay, Molly said thank you so much. It's really hard for me to let him go. I believe it is, Molly. I can't imagine losing a son, like just plain out.
But my mom heart is just. I have a 20 Hollis. I have a 20-year-old son. So, and
I have a
we're right there.
31-year-old.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get it.
My mom
Yeah.
heart. I just can't. My heart hurts. So you're not letting him go, Mal. You're not letting him go. You're allowing him to be in his new form versus his physical form that he was here.
Well, look at this. Vicky in the group said, thank you for the opportunity of a reading. The experience was very different from any previous reading. It leaves me feeling torn, but I appreciate you doing the reading again. Thank you. She just wanted to know that she was just thanking you. And lots of people are supporting Danielle in the group. Yep, Sarah said I'm a nurse. I tell people all the time it's okay to let them let it go. Yep, let them go. Yeah, I did that too, Sarah. That's why I became a death midwife. So okay, and he just left us 2 years ago. He was 11, Molly said. It's really hard. Regina, we're all supporting you, Molly. Just know that we all got you. We're here supporting you, sending you lots of love and healing vibes. I'm sure that you're healing through grief. It's hard. It's definitely not an easy thing to do. All right. So we're running out of a little bit of time here. We might be able to do one more. What do you think?
Yeah, happy to do one more. Do you wanna
Okay.
pick, or do you want me to scroll through the comments that I can see?
Actually, I have someone that Spirit just landed right on my page here.
Yay!
Kia Jovanik. Kia Jovanik over in the group. By the way, Molly said thank you so much. It really is painful. She appreciates all the love and support that she's getting from everyone, including the reading. So from Kia said, I'd love to hear from my sister. She was 36 when she passed in 23. I miss her so much.
And what's her sister's name, does she say?
Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. No,
okay.
she didn't.
Okay.
Kia's sister. Kia, can you tell us your sister's name?
It just helps to pull the energy in, but I can.
Yep. Yeah, I know how when you call on their name, they come closer. Yeah.
So I will. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna pull in the energy. And if she pops that in, if you could just say it out loud, Hollis, that would be great.
Yep, I will. I think it's Charisse. Charisse. Her sister's name is Charisse. I believe that's how you would say that name.
Okay, Kia, I'm not laughing, but Charisse showed up and she's like, "It's about damn time you even found me." So she's so Charisse is she was very sassy. She had a bigger than life personality. She liked to be the center of attention. She liked to know that she was loved, and she liked to have fun, and like she really did. um she's like, why aren't you having fun? Why aren't you? She's like, I know you miss me, but where's all the fun gone in your life? And why can't you like start doing the things that you like to do again? S- Oh boy. So she said, stop moping around and get your hiney out there again, because it's not doing you any good to stress out about things that you have no control over. So I specifically asked Therese if she wanted to give me some evidence about how she died. And she's like, I'm so sick and tired of talking about how I died. She's like, we know how I died. She's like, let's talk about how I lived. Let's talk about the fact that I lived my life to the fullest. She's like, I tried to do everything I could possibly do in my life, because whether I knew it or not, I knew I was going to die young. So I showed up and I lived life to the very fullest. And I want the people that are mourning me, that are sad, that are disappointed that I'm not there, I want you to get off your butt and I want you to start doing it too. Because I'm tired of you not doing the things that you need to do, and for all intents and purposes blaming it on me. And so really she wants you to step back into owning your relationship, owning your power, owning your and stop letting everybody walk all over you because you think that it's not you're not like that you're not ready to move forward. Okay. So Kia, do you have any other questions or anything else that you would like me to ask Sharice? Hollis, I don't know if you can look.
Yeah, I'm watching. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the messages to come through, I guess. And sometimes people don't realize that they should validate when you're saying all these things. Like they should
I don't
say,
need
"Yeah, that sounds like her."
Her sister came right through and she was like, time to get back to living. So.
Right. Yeah. But I still think I think it's polite to give
Yeah.
Feedback or validation. I think all mediums need validation. I think we need it. I think we need it because otherwise we just think we're crazy and we're talking to the air or something.
There have been those times where I'm like, where did I get this crazy? Where did it come from? It's just, but like
right.
the hardest psychic sense is the psychic sense of clairsentience, when you just know what you know, and it literally just drops into my brain, and I'm like, I can't explain it. I channel the message. I don't have control over it. Sometimes I end up with an accent and I'm just like, where is all this coming from?
Mm-hmm.
So it's definitely different.
Yeah,
So,
what she did say is that Charisse passed from cervical cancer. She was left behind 7 kids and was in a domestic violent relationship.
okay. But
Yeah.
she lived life at the very fullest. Like, and what I got was that she really she's tired of everybody being sad that she's gone. Like that was her message. That was, you know, like she gets it, but she can't change it.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Sometimes messages from the other side take a little while to take in. That's why I always say with my astrology death chart readings, wait until you're at least 6 months in before you come see me, because they can bring messages through that we're not quite ready to hear. And that's a different experience.
yeah.
So, yeah. So, and look at this. Molly, I'm sorry. Rebecca said, I love the enjoyment you get from connecting to people. It's so genuine. That's great. So a lot of people are enjoying you, Tabbie. And you know what, you guys, if you did get a reading from Tabbie today, you guys know the drill. Please write a review in the group so that everyone else can in the group. There's like 37,000 people in that group. And some people don't even know we go live. How did they miss it? Let them know how fun these lives are. Let them know about the reading you got today, and let them know how it was going, how this has helped you and things like that. And you can, if you if you really love Tabbie's energy, you can book with Tabbie at Psychic Insights. And what's the beautiful thing about Psychic Insights is you don't have to worry about us ripping you off or whatever, because in Psychic Insights, if the reading's not good for you, we're probably just going to give you your money back, because we don't even want your money. If it wasn't good for you, we don't even want it, because even if you're trying to screw us in the system, like some people might try to, okay, but if you do that, we don't even want it. You know why? Because then it's dirty. So you know what, most people, everybody, there's lots of reviews already. If you look on Psychic Insights page on the Facebook page, you'll see that there's reviews from people that have paid for services at Psychic Insights, and they absolutely love the service. And Sam, like Sam said earlier, it's the best community ever. Molly said, is 30 minutes enough for a reading? I don't know about that, Molly, because I feel like 30 minutes is better for a refresher. If you've already had an hour, I feel like if you do a half hour, it's not enough. It's just, yeah, I don't know about that, Molly. I always recommend a half an hour for when you're returning. You've already had a connection, and now you want to come back and ask a few more questions or reconnect again for some reason or something like that. I think that's what the half hour is really for. But if that's all you can afford, that's what you got to do. But Tabbie's pretty affordable since she just started, so you might want to grab a hold of that now. Now's the time, okay? Because as you all know, I'll raise her prices eventually, okay? And Susan said all the readings are so real and touching, and thank you for having this group. You're welcome. And beautiful messages tonight, Tabbie. You are amazing. So Melissa said, Hollis, when you're doing the astrology readings, do you get in loved ones at the same time? Yep, that's the whole idea. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And Hollis, you do the astrology readings, right? So she can book.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They know how to book with me. I'm live on here every day.
Just
every day.
Just in case it's one of the new 30,000 people.
right. So it's you can book at Psychic Insights with me, psychicinsights.life or Divine Androgen. And the astrology death chart reading is not recommended for fresh broken hearts. Wait until you're at least 6 months or a year in, and when you're ready to hear the messages from the universe's perspective of your loved one's death, which might not be exactly what you expect. Okay. But it's great to know if you were soulmates, or why they died at that time, and what you're supposed to learn from this, and how do I move on. All of those kinds of questions are great for the astrology reading. Taylor said, when will the next live be? I don't know, Tabbie, what do you think? Next week or something?
Yeah, probably next Wednesday or Thursday. We'll look at the calendar and see, because Thursdays are usually really good for me. So.
Okay. And Susan, you've never had a personal reading? Susan, you are missing out. And now's the time. Since Tabbie's new, she has affordable prices and you can book a reading. You want a personal reading. Like we were saying earlier, like when you get a personal one-on-one reading, it's like she's just connected with your energy. She's not distracted by the other 100 people or a couple hundred people watching and tuning in and projecting their desire for a reading onto her. It can be hard to like kind of sift through that. So just saying that this is where you want to go. And the good news is that if you don't like it, you just get your money back, Susan.
Yeah, and Hollis, the one good thing about having a one-on-one live reading is you could ask questions, because we're going to be talking back and forth And as I bring forward the information, you want clarity on it. I can much quicker like ask the question and get the clarity so that you're having a full energetic conversation with your loved one versus me just being like, this is the hit, this is the hit, this is the hit, and I'm the only one talking. And if you have
Right.
the grief that we sat through earlier tonight, one of my specialties is clearing anxiety, stress, grief, fear in the energy space, so that when we leave that message, you're feeling more whole energetically. You're still going to be sad because we're talking about somebody you love that passed away, and that sadness carries with you. My mom died 18 years ago, and I still carry that sadness with me, but it's a different sadness than it was then.
Right.
So,
Right.
and
Exactly.
that's the compassion, or that's the beauty of having the one-on-one reading, is that you want to move through it as quickly as you can. So
Yeah, that's right. And and Molly said, thank you so much, Tabbie and Hollis, and thank you for sharing your gift, Tabbie. Melissa, that's the next thing I want to do. I bet she's talking about the astrology. I always recommend that they get regular medium readings first and then come see me. Michelle, I've had a few. See, Michelle loves Psychic Insights. I'm pretty sure Michelle's had a few with us and has enjoyed those readings. So there you go. Psychic Insights has a reputation. Um, Amber, no, that's not really how it works. It's more like I'm live tomorrow. I'll be happy to answer more deeper questions about that. But essentially, I use your loved one to help me read the astrology chart. And so the messages usually kind of come in mixed. So I'll tell you something about the chart, and then I'll be like, oh, and he's saying la la la. And I'm pretty specific about what's coming from the chart and what's coming from your loved one. Usually, sometimes I get to channeling really fast and you can just ask. But yeah. I agree, Regina. It's beautiful.
Molly was asking about if it could be her husband and her. So yeah, you can have like two people on the Zoom, because it's not as chaotic as doing these lives where there's 30, 40, 50 people. So yeah, it's definitely, if you want to bring your loved one with you and sit through it so that you can both ask questions, happy that's an easy, because sometimes you want them to hear, because everybody hears it through their own filter. And so what I say may ring different to your husband versus to you, because you each had individual experiences with your son. So
yeah, I think as long as they're connecting to the same person, though, I think it's probably okay, right? Because then you
yeah, we're
only
not
have to
splitting
bring one
1 hour
spirit.
readings for
Yeah.
no, I don't
Yeah,
like
that
doing
could be
that. I
hard.
don't like splitting my energy like that.
Yeah, that could be hard. Yeah, Susan, and that's why I'm recommending you book now with Tabbie, because it's very inexpensive right now. So I just want to let you know, it's probably not going to stay that way long. So I'm just going to let you know, okay? Would it be okay? Okay, sorry, you already answered that question. And is it recorded so you go back and rewatch it and it brings more clarity? That's right, Melissa. All readings at Psychic Insights are recorded and mailed to you. We're emailed them to you, so then you download them. That's what happens. Amber said, I've had about 4 readings. They're beautiful. See that, you guys? All right. You're welcome, Amber. Yeah, Michelle, I always tell people to leave me last. Do me last. Come to me last. Oh, you're going to get your tax return. Well, there you go, Rebecca. Except for us that own our own business, tax time is like, I got to pay that. All right. My sister just lost her husband in the 7th, and it brings so many feelings of losing my Joshua. All right. Well, Susan, I'm sure you'll figure out a way, okay? And there's also ways, if someone wanted to buy you a gift, they can even buy you a gift reading right on there. The Christmas, it doesn't matter if it's Christmas or not. There's gift readings. And so hey Terry, send me a message right after this and I'll give it to you. I don't know. Maybe the email went in your spam or something. All right. So everybody that's around, Beth and yes, Marianne, I teach. So let's make some announcements about what's going on this month. So February 4th, I have a class for mediumship. So if you want to learn how to be a medium or you want to learn how to connect to your loved ones, even for a personal reason, that would be February 4th. It's just $22 a class. I just announced it in the group. You should be able to find it. Go to the events area. You can also go to Psychic Insights page or Divine Androgens page, and you'll see it there in the events. It's for personal connection. It's very much for beginners. And then for the rest of the month, I have group practice groups. It's only $22, and you just get to come in and you get my coaching, along with witnessing the readings. It's kind of hard to explain, but essentially you'll be reading with other mediums, or I might find a sitter or two to come in that is, that is familiar with how to get a reading, so they're good at giving feedback and things like that. So that would be the other class. So I also offer one-on-one mentoring, which you can also get at psychicinsights.life. I have 30 years experience, and I also do lots of other metaphysical teaching. I'm an astrologer. I do all kinds of stuff. So later on so that's what we have tomorrow. I'm live. Tomorrow night I'll be live, and I'll be doing readings, and I'll probably also be channeling the star being that has been coming through me lately. If you've missed that, you can hopefully catch that on Friday, with lots of important messages for this time of awakening that we're in. So Samantha said, is it the same as the other one you had in the past? The class, yes. The practice groups will always be different because there's different people, right, Samantha? So that's the thing about that, okay? Amber said, PayPal has a pay in 4 option, just saying. You know what else you could do for that? You can buy the Psychic Insights package, and what happens is you pay $222 for that, but you get $275 worth of readings. And then you can split it up. You could get one from Tabbie, you could get one from, Cheryl or somebody else, Sarah or Nicole or whatever. And then that's really a great deal. That's a great way to do it. And maybe you can do the pay for option with PayPal, right? All right. Yeah, exactly. It is a good time to get a reading. Exactly. And a lot of people have normal lives and where their taxes are taken out. So anyway, so yeah, Samantha, so I think you took the class before, but of course you could take it again, but it would be, you probably want to come in the practice groups because that will be different. And next week I'll make the announcements over the weekend for whoever's live next week. And so I hope that all of you have a beautiful night. Is there anything you'd like to say, Tabbie?
Hollis, just thank you. Thank you for inviting me into the group. Thank you for allowing me to share my gift. And just thank you to all the beautiful people who allowed me to connect in with their energy and their loved ones' energy, because it's a privilege to be able to connect with their energy and provide them hopefully what is a healing experience. And I really do feel like it's like my honor and my privilege to be here to do this for everybody, to help them heal in a way that they need it. So
Yeah, it is really a privilege. I always thank people at the end of the reading and thank them for trusting me. And I think that's important because it does take a level of trust, especially today's world of scammers. Everywhere you look, there's a scammer, and So speaking of that, guys, just be careful out there, okay? I will never send you a message. Tabbie will never send you a message. That won't happen. You message us. That's how this works.
Yeah.
Okay.
You message us. We'll refer you to our site, and
right.
And it'll all be through a secure space.
Right. No one's going to ask you to pay. Yeah. No one's going to ask you to pay on PayPal or anything like that. Like send them a gift on PayPal. It's a like red flag for scam. Okay. So Taylor said, I'm definitely due for a reading. This was awesome, even though I caught the tail end. You know what, Taylor? The great thing is once we stop, just rewind it. You can watch the whole thing. Isn't that great? And good night, Melissa. You're welcome, Susan. And Molly said thank you again. All right. All right. So I'm going to close down the live stream, you guys. And yeah, it's coming to an end. And all right. So, all right, you guys, have a good night and enjoy. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.